welcome to today's video. I'm going to do my makeup this morning. I gave myself just a little bit more time. I'm fixing to go somewhere, so I just wanted to show you what I do whenever I'm getting ready to go somewhere and I don't have a whole lot of time, but I've given myself just a little bit more time than usual. So the first thing I'm going to start with my eyes. So I'm actually going to prime my eyes with the MAC Pro Long Paint Pot. I'm going to take a little bit of that on my finger. And I like using my finger when using this product because it really warms it up and allows it to go onto your eyelids smoothly. I'll bring that up to my eyebrow and grab a little bit more for the other eye. So mostly today I'm going to be using some new products that I got, and I'm super excited to try them out. So next we're going to move on, and we're actually going to set the eyes with just a little bit of powder so that when we go to apply our eyeshadow, it goes on a little bit more smooth. So for that, I'm going to be using the Essence My Skin Perfector Loose Fixing Powder Instant Blur Effect with a natural matte finish. And with the Morphe X Jaclyn Hill brush, the JH07, just to take a little bit here and then pat that onto my eyelid, going from the lash line all the way to the underneath the brow. Alright, and then next, now that we've got that set, we're going to go ahead and go into the new eyeshadow palette I got. It is the Essence Salute Paris. And this is what she looks like. So we've got some mattes in here, about 3 shimmers and 6 mattes, all very neutral. So this would be a really great palette to have just kind of as an everyday palette. I was super impressed when I seen the colors. I was like, holy crap, like you could literally use this every day. So on a little bit more precise blending brush, I actually just got these new brushes as well. They are the Moda brushes. It comes in this little kit where you get this little cute bag, and here's all the little brushes it comes with. So like you've got the like little powder brush, would be like super good for like under the eyes, and then like a good tapered blending brush, a little bit thicker of a eyeshadow shader brush. It also could be used really good for like a concealer brush. This right here, this little face brush, I think it could be used for like foundation. It could be used for bronzer, contour, blush. I'm super excited about this one. This one could be like a little eyeliner brush or a little brow brush. So they're cute, it's like super cute. They like got little like unicorn horns. I'm super excited. They're like got the ombre coloring, so it like goes from pink to like an orangey gold color. So I'm super excited to use these. So first I'm going to start with this little brush. It's the little blending tapered brush, and I'm going to go into, let's see, I'm just going to dip in here. So I'm going to concentrate this on the outer portion and then just blend in, but not all the way to the inner corner. Alright, so now that this brush has no more shadow on it, and then go back and then just kind of blend out those edges. And I'll kind of do that with every step, just making sure that everything stays smooth and blended. So next we're going to move on to just a little bit of a deeper shade. I'm actually going to go in, this is an Anastasia brush. I'm going to be using this side, and I'm going to go into the little bit darker brown shade here, and then right here again, just right above my crease, I'm going to stamp that on with just like little swiping motions, just so that way I can create a little bit more depth. Dip in a little bit more. You don't have to be too afraid to pack it on there, because we are going to go back in with a clean blending brush and kind of soften that up a little bit. Alright, so now that we've got that stamped on there, we're going to go back in with a fluffy blending brush. This is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill's JH30, and I don't have any product on here. It's just completely clean brush, and then I'm just going to go in and just blend out those edges once more. All right, and then on this big Moda shader brush, I'm actually going to go ahead and take the shimmer shade here, this kind of pinky shimmer shade, and then I'm just going to pat that all over my lid. Yeah, those look so natural. I really, really, really love these shades. Okay, so now I'm going to stop on the eyes for just a moment, and I'm actually going to move on to face. So I'm going to start with primer. So I got this new Essence Prime Studio Poreless plus Skin Blurring Putty Primer. Alright, so I'm just going to take a little bit of this on the back of my hand here. Not tried this yet, so I'm not really sure how much I'll need. We'll start with that. Alright, and then just with my fingers, grab a little bit of that. My pores show up the most on my nose area, so I'm just kind of rub and pat. Wow, okay. Alright, and then I'm also going to bring it down in this area. So I tend to get a little bit larger pores right beside my nose and cheek area. For this product, you really don't need a lot actually. It actually spreads out quite nice. And then also with the remainder, put it up in my forehead. I kind of just put primer where I need it. You know, if it's like an all over, like say it's like an oil mattifying one, I'll like put it in my T-zone. If it's a pore filling one, I'll put it where the pores are. If it's more of like a dewy hydrating one, I'll put it in my dry patches. So I kind of, instead of just taking one primer and putting it all over my face, I'll kind of just put it where it's needed. So once we've got our primer on, I'm going to go ahead and do my foundation. It's actually the Misha M Perfect Cover BB Cream. It's in number 25 warm beige. I actually picked this up at TJ Maxx for like $7.99. A lot of this stuff, so some of this stuff I got, most of this stuff I guess, I got at Ulta, but I did pick up some stuff at TJ Maxx and Marshalls, which I'm looking forward to showing you guys that stuff as well. I didn't put it on any SPF today, because this actually has SPF 42, so it already has it in there. This is what the tube looks like. I like it. Like it's got, I don't know, it's like a squeezy tube, but then you open it up and it's a pump. So I'm going to take a little bit of this on the back of my hand. Yeah, I really like the way that, I really like the coverage on this. It's just extremely sheer, but smooths out the complexion. And it's kind of gives like a nice luminescence to the skin, just like a natural radiance. I really love that kind of finish. I'm going to move on to concealer. Actually, just picked this up at Ulta. This is the Milani Conceal and Perfect Longwear Concealer. I got shade Light Vanilla. So since the BB cream doesn't have a whole lot of coverage, like I would say kind of it's more of a light coverage. It seems like you could build it up, so you could probably do like a light to medium coverage with that. But I'm going to go back in and kind of cover the places that the BB cream didn't cover. So there's the wand on that. Alright, so I'm going to pop it into my inner corner. Just dot just a little. Like I don't want to go way too like super ham on it, you know. I mean, I want to just put just a little bit, blend it out, and then see if I need more. Because the more you put, I find, the more potential it has to crease. Alright, and then just with my finger, I'm going to go in and press that into the inner corner. And then on the outside, and then I'm going to bring it and connect the two. Just go backwards and forwards. I'm going to add just a little bit more in this area. We're having a little bit more darkness. All right, again, just adding as needed. Now, usually pretty quickly after this step, I will go in with under eye setting powder, because typically in this area it tends to crease up on me. So to brighten up my under eyes and also set them, I'm going to use the Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder. Just looks like that. So to set this, I'm going to use my new Moda brush and use this tapered powder brush. I'm just going to dip a little bit into that. What I like about these tapered brushes is that you can really get up in the inner corner. Can you guys see that difference? Like from this side, how much more bright and smooth compared to this side? I'm really impressed with this powder. It's very smoothing, it's not drying, it's definitely brightening. Alright, so now that we've got our under eyes set, I'm going to go ahead and move on to blush. When you're using cream products, cream bronzers, cream contour, cream blush, you want to make sure I find I get the best results if I do all creams and liquids first, and then once I'm completely done with creams and liquids, then move on to powder. So I have set this area with powder, but this area here is still just the BB cream. So, and I have to set my under eyes pretty quickly so that way they don't crease up as bad throughout the day. So for blush, I'm going to be using the Milani Cheek Kiss Blushing Berry. It's kind of like I don't know, it's like a creamy gel type texture. It's like, it almost kind of looks like a lip gloss, which I guess you could use that as that. I don't know, that might be kind of pretty. I have another lipstick in mind that I want to use, but that would be very pretty. That's the swatch on that. So very, very pigmented, but it does seem to blend out very nicely, and you can kind of sheer it out. I'm going to be using this Moda brush. So I'm just going to dunk my brush in there, pick up just a little bit of product because I'm not 100% sure what this is going to do. And then again, I like to keep my blush more not down here, but like up this way. So I'm going to just start stamping it on here. I'll wipe off a little bit of that because I'm scared. Because that's very, very pigmented. That looks very, very nice. And then I'm just going to start to buff that out. Kind of clean up those lines. I'm going to take my beauty sponge and just go around the edges. And if you do get a little blush happy, and bring it down to the apples of your cheeks, too far down the apples of your cheeks, you can take the beauty blender and kind of blend that out as well. I'm going to pick up just a little bit more and then do the other side. I don't know how I feel about this blush just yet. I really like the color. I mean, it just seems to give just like a very subtle, which I mean, I guess you could really build it up because it's extremely pigmented as well. I'm going to go back in with some bronzer. So I'm going to use the Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder. And this is 01 Natural. So that's what it looks like. I've not dipped into it just yet. And I'm going to use a new bronzer brush. In fact, so it's the Real Techniques 235 brush. And it's just like a really like fluffy angled brush. So I'm just going to dip that into that pan. So now I'm going to start to buff in the bronzer. just gently. I don't want to like drag and scrape and scratch and claw away all the foundation and everything else we've done. So just kind of with a light hand, I'm going to buff that in. And then onto my forehead. Alright, so now that we're bronzed up, and brought some warmth to our face, we're going to set the remainder of the face that we have not touched up with the brightening powder or the bronzer. So we're going to go back into the Essence My Skin Perfector, the loose fixing powder. Go back in with my tapered Moda brush, and then on the places that we have not set yet, I'm going to set the remainder of my face. I'm going to go in with the Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder. This is Highlight 01. That's what she looks like. Okay, so with this brush, it is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH09 brush. Dip a little bit, and I'm just going to highlight just slightly. I just like a very subtle, when light hits you, it's kind of just like, whoa, she's glowing. That's crazy. So I just like to get that effect. I just pop a little bit on the very tip tops of my cheekbones, and I don't bring it down too far. Whoa. Just a smidge in the center of my nose and my Cupid's bow. So next I'm going to move on to eyebrows. So I got the Essence Micro Precise Eyebrow Pencil. This is waterproof. I got the shade, where's the shade? Light brown. Now this one is an even tinier little pencil thing. I mean, like teeny tiny. Holy moly. Okay, so I'm just gonna roll out just a little bit here, and then I'm gonna start to fill in just these sparse parts. That's how I like to do my brows. Whatever hair's there, I just take advantage of that. Any other places, I'll just fill in what's needed. Okay, I love this pencil. It's so creamy. Like the actual, it's like the little structural integrity of this tiny little pen is just like mind-blowing, because it doesn't break off or anything, but also I don't like go crazy and like roll it all the way up or anything, but it's so creamy. Like I've never had an eyebrow pencil as of yet that has applied so smoothly. So I'm very impressed with this, and the color, the tone of the color is really nice as well. I'm going to try out this new NYX, the Brow Glue. Instant Brow Styler. Non-sticky finish. Cool. Alright, so it kind of just looks like a little tube of super glue. It's actually kind of funny. And it's just a clear brow gel. And it's got a tiny little wand on it. So I'm going to take a little bit of that and run it through gently. Definitely don't want to pull out any brow hairs if we can help it. Now this says it should keep your brows in place all day. Does anybody else think that it's super funny that it's like brows gone wild and they're just gonna like blah, like would that be the worst thing? Because it seems like according to products made, that would just be the worst thing. Like, why do we have to keep a good brow down, you know? Okay, so we've got our brows set. Yeah, that looks nice. All right, so next, what's next? Oh yeah, finishing the eyes. So we're gonna go back into our Salute Paris palette, and we're gonna do underneath the lash line, just a little bit. So for that, Okay, this one should work. This is the Sigma Eye Shading Brush in E55. So it's just kind of, again, a little shader brush. So I'm going to dip into, this dark brown shade. It's the darkest brown shade in the palette. I wouldn't necessarily consider it like a dark brown shade. Definitely the darkest brown shade in this palette though. Alright, so just a little bit on the tip. I won't like dunk it in like flat ways, but like going straight in. And then underneath the lash line, just kind of dust a little bit of that in there. Alright, then I'm going to take my big fluffy blending brush that didn't have anything on it and then just go back and blend that out. So for eyeliner, I'm going to go in with the Essence. This is mostly Essence. I found that brand. I was like, oh my god, it's so cheap. I wonder if it's good. Yeah, it is. Most of it that I've tried has been good. So I'm really excited about that. Gotta love affordable makeup that works well. So next we're going to do the Essence Extreme Lasting Eye Pencil. It's waterproof and it is the color 02, but first Espresso. And it's just kind of like a little, just brown shade. Okay, and then I'm going to use this same liner to tight line my upper lid lash line. And I don't worry too much with this particular technique about it being messy because I'm going to go in and kind of smudge it out. Alright, and then with a smudge brush, this one will work. Oh, no it won't. I've got black eyeshadow all over it. God, that would have been awful. Ah! This is a LA Colors eyeshadow shader brush. It's just a flat little shader brush that's clean. And it's a little bit smaller than the other one, so that I'm just going to run this kind of in back and forth little skirt with my little motions. And kind of smoke that out just a little bit. Just to kind of go with the nice natural look we got going on today. Yes, gorgeous. I love it. Update on the liner and the waterline. It's kind of already starting to smudge a little. I'm going to keep trying it, but as of right now, it's not really doing it for me, to be honest. Maybe I just had to like rub off that first initial bit. It seemed to went on better that time. Yeah, I'll keep you guys updated on these because they're too inexpensive to not give a good shot, you know? Alright, so next we're going to do mascara. So this is like just the thing that I've been hearing everybody talk about. This is the Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara. This is what the wand looks like, which is just super promising. I love these kind of wands where they're just kind of like got the bristly and not the silicone. I mean, I do like some of like the silicone-y type, you know, little spike ones, but typically I see that this performs better for me, and then it kind of comes to a taper, which really helps get in the inner corner. So that's one coat. And it really is as good as everybody says it is. I've been finding some super good mascaras here lately. Thank goodness for that, because there for a while, could not find jack. Move on to the next eye while that one's setting up. So that when we go in with a second coat, it has something to build on top of. Now, I wouldn't let it dry completely, because then you're kind of setting yourself up for it to possibly be clumpy. But at least just something to adhere the second layer to kind of just dry and just get a little bit, not completely dry, but you know what I'm saying. All right. And then to the second coat, there's the first coat on both lashes. Yep, it's buildable. And second coat on the other. Yeah, that's really nice. If you guys have a little or you get a little too excited and it like, I don't know if you guys can see that little tiny mascara dot that I just smudged right into my little crease line, but like, don't freak out. Just let it dry. Don't, some people are like, oh my god, blah, 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 you know, but you don't have to do that. Just let it dry, because if you go right in where it's not dried, it's actually going to smudge and cause it to not be able to be wiped away as easy. So I'm going to do this on my bottom lashes, but I'm going to let this dry first. So while that's setting up, I'm going to do lip. I'm going to use the BH Cosmetics Cashmere Cream, and it looks like this. I actually got this for $2.99 at TJ Maxx. I ended up getting all the shades that TJ Maxx and Marshalls had because I had bought this one, which is in the shade T. And then I proceeded to freak out when I tried it on, and it was so comfortable and so long wearing. I just did it, I applied it once, and it like stayed all day, even through drinking and everything. Of course, when I started eating and like using napkins, like pretty well anything besides like stains gonna come off. But this sucker stayed, and it was so comfortable and smoothing. And so I can swatch these for you if you guys are interested. But they're really, really cheap, $2.99 TJ Maxx and Marshalls, but they do offer them online on bhcosmetics.com. Some of the shades are discounted, and then some of them, I think it's either $7 or $9 full retail. So I'm going to use this one today, shade T. There's the applicator. And this is just a very natural nude, kind of like a pinky brown nude. And then just to add a little bit of gloss, just a little bit of a glossy look, I'm going to try the Essence Shine 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 Wet Look Lip Gloss. We're going to now move on to our bottom lashes. Alright, last step, setting spray. This is the Milani Make It Last Original. It says natural finish, which we know that I love. Setting spray, 16-hour wear, prime, correct, set, yes. Whoa. So, oh, I like that. That felt nice. The smell wasn't bad. Doesn't really seem to have too bad of a smell at all. It kind of almost smells like a really subtle like hair product. I don't know. Yeah, I like that. And that gives kind of a really nice finish on the skin. So there's the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you seen some products that maybe you thought you could save some money on, that you also seen, you've seen that they performed well and you liked them. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you very much, and I hope your day is as wonderful as you are.